Are we going? Alrighty! We are back with another Celtigar stream. It's going to be the 7th iteration. And you might notice we are not playing as Lord Roland. Unfortunately, Lord Roland has sank too far into his cups. And he drank himself to death. So, we are taking over as Lord Harold the Quiet Crab, who is currently ill right now. Announce that we are lords and bring all of our vassals together. So we'll be doing that. And as always, we'll go a little bit before we get into everything. So, we have Dorcas Celtigar, our player heir and firstborn daughter. She's also currently employed as our harbor master. Her husband is Prince Rickard Rain of Castamere. He sometimes serves as a knight when the standards get a little low. Her daughter is Smelma Celtigar, 10 years old. We should probably... Okay, she's got a guardian. And Prunella Celtigar, who is 3 years old. Who else do we have? We've got Lord Alorn, my brother, who is a sodomite, an adulterer. He's also got Valena. Is that what? Lena? Okay. And then my other daughter is married to one of my vassals. Or vassal sons. This will be the heir of Pointside right over here. He was this knight was instrumental in some of our first wars. It took him a while to get some land, but we ended up landing him. So how about, one of the things we need to figure out today is how to improve our domain limit. I would like to be able to grab all of our, not grab, but hold Crab's Return, Duskendale at the Dunfort, and Stone Dance. Hopefully we can hold those, but for now, we're just going to continue on to the feast. We are making our way through Crackclaw Point, which is notoriously known as being a very poor area. I think there's a lot of pine trees there. The pine trees aren't the reason they're poor, they just happen to be there. Or maybe they are. Maybe Big Pine's been keeping the Crackclaw Point down low. Keeping it a rough neighborhood. The womb of the earth, the field of yellow stars are a sight to behold, every crop in bloom, every leaf green, every stem luscious. So I think I could potentially get the gardener trait or the down to earth. So we're going to go with this first option. Let's see. We get down to earth for 10 years. A medium health boost, which is great because we are currently ill and obese. Actually, let me real quick. Before we get too far into this, I always forget to do this when we start, but to load this into the right game category, should go ahead and get that situated real quick. After this feast, we'll probably send the raiders out, or we could even do it. Do we have raiders out right now? We might actually have some out. I think they were down in Tarth. That's something I need to go check. What am I doing? Okay. Derp, derp, derp. There we go. And we're good to go. So I think we do have some raiders going. Let's take a little look. They are currently raiding. 22 days left. I'm actually going to switch this feller out to him, Inger. Let's see, and that is because Inger has the Raider trait. Let's see if that'll make it quicker. That did. It's only 13 days now, so he's going to be leading our troops. We'll just keep a little eye on them. I don't think Tarth really has enough to kind of challenge us. Last I looked, Tarth had around like 6,500 troops, and we are currently sitting with a pretty little 10 stack. Last time out, we were raiding the Stormlands. We hit Shipbreakers Bay some, which I was having a tough time pronouncing that. Shipbreakers Bay. The P and the B were giving me a little issue. We're going to come down and hit the province of Tarth next. Ooh, we are being offered the position of the Marshal of the Gullet, which we will accept from our liege. So, we visited Jonquil's pool. Got a couple lifestyle experience points for that. And shit, we're gonna be late. That is fine. It's our feast. We'll be there when we get there. We visited another location somewhere up to the north. 34 days left on this siege. And one of the things we do need to figure out today alongside our domain limit issue. No manual labor for us. We are obese and we are sick. So I don't think we'll be doing any log splitting or wood stacking. Is we need to kind of figure out how to start making money and not losing money. We'll be alright because we can just constantly send our raiders out to go pillage those that have less but more than us. So we can get money coming in that way, but I would also not like to be constantly losing money. Having a passive income would be nice. So we have arrived. It's time for the feast to start. Let's go ahead and get that going. By the way, it has been 32 years. I usually try and say how long it's been. We're engaged in the banquets, very nice. And I fixed the flesh eye issue from yesterday. What a good evening. Someone gained some better opinion of us, very nice. Let's see what this is. Someone's willing to pay a ransom for us. Honora Laurelin is going to pay 10 gold for us, and we will accept. You can leave our dungeons. With that being said, let's check out who else we have in here. Bennis. Yeah. It's not really... I'd like your 6 gold. He's a harborman. Nessa Freeborn. Oh, she's been in here for a little while. She was scheming. She was one of our knights that was scheming to, I believe, murder Dorcas. Which of course, her being our daughter, we cannot allow it. So she can just kind of rot in the dungeons. Lady Elaine recognizes true intellect, I see. We're going to gain a little prestige. Which I do wonder, let's see. 104. Oh, we still have like 30 years before we can establish another tradition. So it won't be anytime soon. Very nice. We take some prisoners from the siege at Evenfall. We are going to make our way back up here. Why don't we look at the feast? We'll pick that option because it'll take away the most stress from us. It's only 5 days until the banquet ends. So it'll be less than a week. Shouldn't be too much longer. Okay, for 6 months. Boom, 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 boom. Advantage. Let's do this one. I'm currently trying a scheme against my wife right now. It's at 41%. We're gonna ransom Amon Tarth. That'll be a quick 50 gold for us. So the feast ends. I will gain the Eager Reveler trait. Get some prestige, gain some opinion of everybody. And it also takes away all my stress. And then we will return home after visiting Driftmark and Dragonstone. So we're going to move the Raiders. Is there anywhere else in Tarth we can hit? Anywhere else we can queue up? Does not look like it. What are the Baratheons looking like? Are they still... I believe we'll just send the Raiders home. So we'll just send them to Stone Dance, which we acquired 2 streams ago. So we get a bit of dragon lore increase. Fortunately, we are in a hurry. We cannot, nor do we have time to stay. Is there any of these that increase my domain limit? Commission epic decision. Which one of these are we going to want to pick? I could force some vassals, title creation. We'll just do this one, I think. Firm hand. Get a bit more prestige, and my captains will become a bit more effective. I should probably start training up my stewardship. That wouldn't be the worst idea. That's really worth it, so we'll leave it to him. Let's go and with that being said, let's go and peruse the artifacts market. No, the lips mace, I don't think so. Couple things down here. That's not too bad. It's expensive. We're never going to be able to afford that, but it's not too bad. We don't have any regalia. Doesn't look like we will be getting anything today. So let's exit out of that and we'll just resume. We can go inside again. So that means we have gotten back from our feast. The hunt decision is available to us. We're going to try and start losing weight, which is going to give us a lot of stress. So the Raiders are about to depart from Tarth. that notification was telling me that my Marshal has finished increasing the control at the Duskendale. So how about we come... and have him increase the control over here of Stone Dance, or should we put him on that first toggle? I think for now we'll... the first toggle will reduce how much we have to pay in our men-at-arms cost. Which is starting to... it's not starting to be too much, but it's not nothing. Is there anyone around us we should try and fight? Maybe Kingdom of Duskendale? So they're going for antlers. Stokeworth is already in the fold. So I guess there's just stuff up there. What's Goldtown looking like these days? 7,500, and they have an alliance with the people of Derry. So this is what they control. I mean, that is kind of just easy pickings. So the Tangled Shore. Is that over here? I guess it is. Maybe I'll try and take the northern part of the Bay of Crabs. That could be an option. We'll go with that. And the men will return to Stone Dance, and I will probably tell them all to stand down. That way the overall mass of them can start improving. So we have an option to rectify our daughter Dorcas's flaws. So let's see if we can do that. We'll tell her to venture into the streets and help the poor. We're going to invite that lord of ours to the scheme. We delivered 209 gold. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 60% secrecy, 5 days until the next phase of the plan, so let's see what that's going to be. She does have poor health. Maybe like if we just tell the cooks to put more butter in the food. Let's just go that way. Let's tell Dorcas. So the first one did not work. Tell her to own up to a misdeed. Maybe she'll rectify that. Maybe that's a better way to help her. Okay, so I guess 2 months until the next phase. So a knight has come. Aryan Castarian. It's my rival. What? Why? Why is that? So we've been invited to Lady Jane's hunt, who's one of our vassals. I think we'll go. It was pretty kind of her. It's a bit of a land journey. But we'll go off. It will cost us 5 because of our caravan master's salary. And I hope it goes well. We will tell our army to disband. I give up. And am I able to actually change that? let's come around. Let's keep this going. So some weird whispers. I've noticed that Arion avoids me more than normal. Is this the feller that just came? Yeah, it is. You want to know how it is? I'll show you. We could win the fight. He'll leave. We will do that. It'll stress us out a little bit. But I think that's fine. We encounter this hermit, Eden. And we'll ask him to come along, because why not? What the duck? The day on the road has been fairly calm and nondescript so far. We're somewhere outside of Cliff Hook, and I close my eyes as my mount brings me forward one solid step at a time. What is the duck quack? We'll do that one. Stress gain will get a little lower. So we've lost our mind. I'm just going to be strong and resist the impulses. Someone's trying to kill our Maester Cleon. Can't allow that. Yeah. You can have the hermit. And we that was a lot of events all at once. We successfully defended and got that martial increase. Let's see, this is nonsense. I'll take over his guide. And we end up being competent. Surely you two can make amends. They settled their differences because it was a bunch of bozo shit they were arguing about. And within all that slurry of notifications, our claim went through on the Tangled Shore, so we're going to put another one down on the Crab Shore. That'll take 3 years because this guy kind of blows. I need a better septon. Maybe I could capture one in one of these raids. So we were traveling down south where we could have just gone south from Stone Dance, maybe. I feel like that would have been a little easier. Strong bonds while passing through the village of Golden Goose. I spent some time talking to the locals. And I will just make their loyalty one of my qualities and get whatever that bonus is. Silverwing is roaming elsewhere. Blah blah blah. That's fine. She's not around us, it seems. Oh no, Lauren Crab has died. He was killed in a tournament duel. So his son, Lord Roland, takes over. Can we negotiate an alliance with him? Can we sway? Good sister Alice Rivers, the Wood Witch, his mother, is going to be his guardian. Okay, but he'll actually send one to us. Maybe he's relying on our strong claws a little bit. The new lord. Yeah, so Duskendale lost a war near us. That's kind of what they do. Our income switch there. I'm not really complaining, but why? Why did that happen? So let's come down here and see what's going to happen with the hunt. hosted by Lady Jane, or Lady Lane. Lena? Lane? A tempting fruit we find on the road. Let's see. What if it is poisonous? We'll let a Lauren eat it. And it gave him a little bellyache. But even knights get bellyaches. You know, I'm really hoping we kick this illness soon. It's been been a while that we've had it. We have arrived at the hunt location. Should be any day now it kicks off. But there is a very low chance we actually catch anything. I don't like that little music skip there. Let's gonna give it a little sec. Still can't believe our brother was killed in a tournament duel. It did say accidentally, but do we really know? We're gonna hawk a pheasant. That doesn't sound very exciting. I came all this way to get a bird, to eat another bird. Some bird on bird crime. Whatever. 15%. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't do it, but this would have been a great time to go and visit a few local places. We could, so looking at the options here, this one could give us 300 learning lifestyle, which is always pretty decent. Are you practicing witchcraft? Or I could yell at her to get back on her horse and it would increase the hunt success chance. We'll yell at her to get back on your horse. I don't know where it came from, but somewhere in there. We got a, the domain penalty went away. A hawk. So that's good. I don't know what we did for that. But our 3 castles, our Stone Dance Crabs return, and the Dun Fort. And once we have the ability to make the Dun Fort our capital, we're gonna move it there. When I kind of first we need to get to High Lordship. Then we will make it our capital. So we're kind of just clicking through these. I'm not really expecting to catch much. The success chance is only at 19.3%. But we'll see. Lady Lane, she seems confident. Little bird's got the little hat on. Found some raptor eggs, so I got 10 gold. Just taking a look at our men-at-arms. We got 800 sea snakes, 80 Menganos, 80 crossbowmen, 35 of 100 armored footmen, and then 50 armored horsemen. So a decent little composition. And like I predicted, the hunt fails. That is okay. So it looks like as Stone Dance is increasing in control, it is kind of offsetting the men-at-arms income, which is very nice. Again, the hunter traits lose some stress, which is nice because it is boiling on up. Gain some prestige, very, very good. We'll finish the hunt and we'll head on home. And can I actually customize the route? Is it too late to do that? So it's giving us some stuff. We're no longer overwhelmed by stress. So after leaving the glass water, can I come up here? They don't really like me up here. I think we have a truce with them or something. Spymaster has come with me to great news. She is certain that Lady Lena, my own daughter, is scheming against my Maester Cleon. That's actually fun. I will not accuse her. We've now gained a hook on our daughter Lena, which could come in handy for maybe a spy of our own. Which our scheme has about a week until the next phase is activated. A knight has arrived, Oswald. And I think this is an event on our travels against Mathos. Let's see what this is. 16 prowess, 23 martial. That is excellent. We'll say Indrin, make him see reason to join our court. Is there one where I can like recruit him to court? We'll offer him a knighthood. Would be very nice if he sticks around. I feel like sometimes some of these travel companions go away. The true King Daffin. What a name. We'll visit our new castle of Stone Dance. We visited the Milkai port. Previously owned by the Masseys in the books. I think the most notable one's probably Justin Massey. Bully for you, gentle mooing. We're in a cow pasture, some bulls chase us. And looks like I have 100% to gain bullfighter for 10 years. We'll do that one. Which will also greatly reduce our stress. Something we're always trying to do. Did anything become of that intrigue phase? Does not particularly look like it. Just letting that build up. It's only at 47%. I'd like it to at least get to 50%. And I believe, let me double check, I believe we grabbed last episode the High Lordship of Stone Dance. Is that what it was? Yes, of Massey's Hook. So I'm going to save my dinero so we can build the duchy building here. It's going to be 557, and I normally just like to do the military academies. Skirmishers and spearmen. Spearmen and skirmishers, spearmen. Alright, so we could put some pretty good spearmen here at Stone Dance, it seems. Spearmen at Stone Dance. Let me make a little note of that. The reason we're going to do that is just because of all the different bonuses the already constructed buildings provide. This one will give them plus 17% damage. This one, the formation fighting fields, the warrior lodges, give them plus 15% shield or whatever that is. What is this one? Toughness. And then the other one will do damage. And then this one is just general men-at-arms. This is not too shabby. There's also a special building here that will increase our raid speed. I didn't know about that before claiming it, but it's very nice. So is there anything here that would increase like the spearmen stuff? I guess royal armories. Army gold maintenance minus 2.5%. It would barely increase the stationed men-at-arms damage, but we could eventually get it up to 25%. What else is there to do? Not the marches, not the siege works, not the So I guess the crown smithies would be the one to do if we want to directly affect the spearmen. Order of this holding men-at-arms maintenance -6%. I mean, we could get them quite a bit tougher and quite a bit stronger. So we'll probably either do that one or we will do the military. It's kind of my go-to. Because I like how it reduces men-at-arms recruitment cost, your maintenance cost, and it gives you more captains. And some more regiments, so it just kind of makes you overall stronger, and it lets you customize a little bit. But I do have military schools over here. So maybe down below I could get a bit more specific. Here at Stone Dance. And like I said, I think I've just about got my troops fully restocked, replenished. The levies are all back, so we're going to call up all the peasant troops. And we're going to send them out on a raiding party. Raise them all as raiders, and send them out from the Dun Fort. After they... Actually, we'll pause it here. Let's go take a little look-sees on where we might want to send our troops. We could just send them up to, like, the sisters. Because we could just easy-peasy steamroll these guys. But let's kind of poke around a little more. This gives us... Dang, the White Knife has been expanding. Dreadfort, it seemed like they've recovered a little bit from that war they were doing. We raided them quite some time ago. Anyone else in the Vale? House Royce is looking pretty strong. House Corbray is not. I could come into the Fingers. Between the Fingers and the Sister Tin territories. Could be ripe for the picking. We will not be going to the Connington lands. Come down and raid the pirates. We'll smack them around for being pirates. Dorne's probably not gonna like that too much. We've already raided the Ironwoods. Yeah, we'll come down here. Danes are a little too strong. The Tarleys. Oh, the Red Wines are way too strong. Well, the Kingdom of the Shield Islands. We could probably hit them. Oh my, 30,000. That is a lot. Craycalls. So there's some over here that are kind of vulnerable. House Swan could get hit. The Dondarrions are a little too strong, probably. I think we're probably going to send them into the Vale. Well, maybe even we'll go soften up to Grafton's. Grafton's will be foolish enough to meet us on the field. So we could smash their armies to bits, raid them, and then maybe we'll go and start a war with them for some of those claims we have. Well, it's just one right now, but we'll have many more soon. Ooh, I did not mean to... Two. So let's come up here and just queue them up. What if we just send them right into Gold Town? We'll just hit these areas. We have a lot of the Sea Snakes men-at-arms, which I believe are good at fighting in urban areas. I believe that's one of the territories they get a boost in. I'm not sure which Grafton it was, but there's one we were related to. Which, sure distantly we are still related to them. So the story is in the telling, and we're just gonna pick this bottom choice because it'll give us a little bit of a vassal opinion modifier, which is always good. So we're about to return from our travels. We'll be at Crab's return shortly. Thank the Father, I can go inside again. Wonderful, wonderful. They're fifth. My heir is fifth in line. So here at Crackclaw Point. So we're probably just going to ignore that. And off the mighty raiders go. And I am glad to be well again. We are still obese, but we are no longer ill. I feel like that was quite some time we were ill. I feel like just a year. But onward and upward. These guys are about to feel the wrath of the crab. We need to make sure we don't get into the Royce territory because they are quite strong. Let's go see if we can hit the city of Gullfield. And just like last time, we're going to select a commander that has the raider trait, like Enger here. One of my commanders. That will significantly improve the raid time. I believe it's by like plus 80%. Cleon is no longer interested in my scheme because he is no longer alive. My maester is no longer with us. But honestly, let's check that out. Can we get a different infiltrator? Let's try and get a Laren here. Wait, is this guy that doesn't like us? No, Maester Alaren. New Maester. There we go. And we shall resume. Oh, I was about to say the troops are going to go out and raid in Grafton, but I don't think they're going to. I believe we just crashed. Yerp. So, oh, it's frozen. Oh, it's very frozen. Everything's frozen. Well, we always knew that was gonna happen. Anywho's will be, let's give that a little second. And that should, we should be able to load it back up here shortly. Let's see, let's see. We did get, what was that, 44 minutes? And we will resume that autosave that we were playing as Lord Harold. Let me get a little ship of water. Little water for me. Is the stream still going? Is it frozen? Alright, we're gonna attempt it one more time. Alright, we'll try this again. We're gonna resume, and we're going to try this again. One more again. Sometimes after the crash, it takes a little sec. Gotta give it a swift kick in the ass to get it going again. I don't know why. What if we... What does Steam have to say? You can come over here. Oh, there we go. Alright, this is going to be the riff section of the stream. I'm going to start riffing. Starting any second now. Why are my docs being dumb? Am I being dumb, or is it the docs? So like I was saying earlier, Lord Harold is taking over. He just got over his illness. Not sure what disease was plaguing him, but he had something, maybe a bad belly. Ate some bad crabs or something. But he is succeeding his father, Lord Roland, who we played as for 32 years. He was kind of the old grumpy crab. He used to drink a lot. He died doing what he loves, which was drinking a lot. Last time we were raiding the Stormlands. Now we're going to go raid the Vale. And I believe if we can find someone over in the Westerlands and Iron Islands to raid, that would be all the major kingdoms that we've pillaged. Actually, I don't know if we've hit the Reach. We haven't hit them yet. But the Reach is strong. I think the High Towers, last we looked, had 30,000 troops. I think the Red Wines They had around like 19,000. The Tarleys, I think they had a good bit, but it might have been a bit depleted. I think if I remember correctly, they had been in a war. But yeah, that should be about it. So maybe we'll make our way over to like the Westerland. It's kind of like that around the Shield Islands. Try and hit somewhere over there. Maybe hit a Westerland's house. The Bane Forts. That house is normally kind of beating a shit between all the Westerland's houses and fighting the Ironborn. So maybe those guys could be victims of our raiding parties. I haven't really looked over at the Ironborn to even see what they're up to, but one that I could raid is House Farwind. They're the little house all the way on the left. They never really have much, but if they aren't occupied by anybody, they cannot resist because the only spot they can call troops up from is their one, like their territory only has one county. So if you occupy that county with your own troops, they cannot get up their own forces. So yeah, they're kind of easy pickings. But that also means the AI normally gets to them first. So I kind of doubt we'd be able to raid them, but we can always see. It's normally a case of like they don't remain independent, so you can't raid them, but also if they are in... No, they don't say independent, so either Great Wick House or the Good Brothers or someone like that. But maybe we'll go pop over when this loads up and we'll go see. We could also start trying to target some Valyrian weapons. Even though we do already have Pincer, maybe we could start targeting people's, looking through people's inventories, and then going to raid those houses specifically. Go see if anyone in the Sisters has anything worth stealing, but somehow I doubt it. The Sisters are kind of broke. Especially the only one that really has much money is the capital, which I think is it the province. I don't think it's the province of Sunderland. I think the house is House Sunderland, but I don't think it's really. I don't think that house really has much. I was poking around last night with some of the different saves, some of the different potential starting points, and I think it was on the King Jaehaerys the Conciliator, which is the start date we are currently playing on, that we have played 33 years in advance. But there was a really fun looking Bolton save. So you start off, I think, as like a 44-year-old Bolton with alright stats. You have a son and a daughter, which you can pretty much find yourself any decent set of alliances with that, including the Starks, because the Lord Stark at the time does not have a wife. So you can create a Stark-Bolton alliance. And he's also got quite a few brothers and stuff, so you could even finagle something if you wanted to like marry your daughter to the second son of Winterfell, and then you could try and do some murder schemes, some classic Boltoning against the Starks to take over that way. Or you could just marry her to the Lord, be a good friend to the Wolf. You've also got a son who has the intelligent trait, which is always nice to start with that, to have your heir. I think he's like 3 or 4. Then you've also got a wife that is an Umber. She's sister to the Lord Umber at the time. So that would be a good alliance to form with them. So it's a pretty good start. If you play on Petty Kingdoms, the Karstarks are your vassal. And they originally are not too happy with you, but if you just gift them the lands, not the lands, the vassals that they are supposed to have and have them serve the Karstarks directly instead of you, um, that'll just change their opinion and all of that will reverse. Yeah, that's one I definitely thought would be fun to do was that Bolton save. It seems like a pretty good start and one of the better ones I've seen. I haven't done one in the north, I don't think. There was also a pretty cool Ironwood save that I saw when I was poking around, but I cannot remember what time it was. Or like what the start date was. So we know we will be getting close to the loading screen when the music starts playing. That's always kind of the sign that we're about to be there. And of course, if you are watching this on a replay, just fast through. I hope that is obvious enough. Just please fast forward through the waiting. I thought I heard it, but maybe not. Also, wouldn't be the worst idea for me to attach my Ethernet to the PC instead of going off Wi-Fi, but it's not like OBS is crashing or anything like that. It's not anything Wi-Fi related. It's more of just like I don't have enough RAM. So I believe this picture is of Egg. He's looking at the eggs that he's gonna potentially light. Was it Aegon the 5th? Is that his number? Is that Egg's number? Aegon the 5th looking at the eggs before the tragedy of Summerhall, before he lights that thing up, killing most of his family in Dunk. Which I think actually tomorrow there's gonna be a Dunk and Egg teaser. Or not a teaser, a trailer coming out tomorrow. I think there was already a teaser and the poster was released. But I have not seen a whole lot of that. So now I'll have to keep my eyes out for it. I think I got the static out. Is that a fire truck outside? No, that is a package. One of the package trucks. Oh, and there it is. There is the music we were hoping for. Should be about any moment now. One of the things I'll need to do is go in and see who's the successor to my acclaimed Knight titles. So I'm not really sure what that's looking like, and I don't like having old successors for the titles. A little tip for you, because when you're getting a new successor for the acclaimed Knight, not the progress, I guess, the glory of it falls quite a bit. And if you have too old people, a lot of times your acclaimed Knights are fighting. So if you get too slayed back to back, it can kind of really reset how much you're getting from it. But anywho, should be back shortly. Here we are. We are at the main menu. So let's continue on. We'll dive in with 2 feet. Let's get back to Lord Harold. Quiet Crab. Loading at 100 shouldn't be too long now. close here. Just called our raiders up. Are we still sick? Still back? Is this back at like at the very beginning? 33 years, so we are still sick. That hasn't passed yet. So Lady Lane's feast is still going on. Let me see if this is like the most recent. I don't know. Does he look sick in that one? Lord Harold the Current? I think he does. So, this is where we continue. We did not beat the illness. The script writers aren't done with us yet. I don't know if that means Maester Cleon is still alive. Zoom in a little more. As the raiders get ready to depart. And like I said, we're going to send them up to... Actually, let's come around here. We were just talking about it. Let's send them over to this side of the map. So we haven't done any raiding over here. This way. Might hit somewhere in Brimstone, perhaps. Father, I can go inside again. Gain some traveler trait. We return home from the hunt. Criminals, we declare war on the True King, Daffin, Old Town, and there it is. We lose the ill trait once more. So my counselors believe their job is theirs by the right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, yet I am often disappointed. We're just gonna sleep with our wife instead of yapping about the counselors. Sending the raiders down to Brimstone. We're going to check them out. Going to check out the western part of Dorne. Check out some of the Reach. Might hit some pirates. Maybe hit Bloodstone. Sometimes that can have a bit of a done. Ooh. Our rival Arion Castarian has kicked it. He's died from his wounds. Not one day too soon. I agree. What a scumbag he was. So it looks like Bloodstone's been raided plenty good. Plenty well. Plenty good enough that we can't hit it. Or the elite. Is that what this house is? The Illyrians. When we pass by here, our raiders will be coming this way, so when we pass by here I might switch track. So Valerio tells me the local Celebration Claw Isle, the home of Lady Jane, is struggling with money. This held it will draw a lot of people both high and low into the area, perfect opportunity for infiltration. Here church is held. Spent 55 on it. 56%. Should we try and execute the scheme yet? Let's pause it here. We have her on sports scheme. Should we put our Castilian? Probably not, because we are barely having our domains as is. So we kind of need the boost he offers to our stewardship lifestyle experience. Raiders coming down the coast. When they pass through here, we'll check out Saltstone and the like. See if it's worth raiding. We've got pretty much our full force, full men-at-arms comp. Oh, we did not have all the armored footmen. Like we said last time, the chance to deploy the spearmen from the new castle we own, Stoneside. What is it? The one the Massies used to have. We'll go Saltstone. We'll hit it. Get 18 from there, but the big treat in potentially getting Saltstone would be to capture any of the big lords there, because you can always ransom them for a lot. So say if we could capture the king, or something like that. Should I try and execute my scheme? I think it's gonna... Max is 56, so I think I should. Seize the moment. Scheme spends 5 advantages. Nope, I was caught. Lady Jane is finally dead, a thorn in my side, no longer the crone. Thank the crone. Substantial accusations from all quarters point straight to me as the mind behind the incident. Dang gobbit! So that is, by all accounts, not ideal. We get the murderer trait for taking out our wife. We are known to be the mastermind behind it. That will probably not make it easy to get another wife. But we won't know until we try. So how about we do it. We do gain 20 dread. And we do gain the murderer trait. Not great. So we could the Cargiles. It's a potential option. I'm kind of scrolling through here. I searched by alliance power, but when you are known as a spouse-killing murderer, options are not always plentiful. Go with House Boggs, Jeanette from House Boggs, Mary Estermont. She's got the Comely trait. She's actually would be pretty good for what we're looking for because she's a fortune builder. Please give Ollie, Sam, and Megan a shout out, please. Shout out, please give in to Ollie, Sam, and Megan. Ollie the goat. We could go with Venera Costain. Harris Drehart. I think I'm gonna go back and do Kira Lydon. That is an option. Wait, was that not? Oh, that was my stepmom for a brief time. Okay. So the High Lordship's sharp point. They do not like me, Linus Mutant, so I think we will come back down and go with Mary Estermont, a Stormlander. She has the Comely trait. Potentially we could pass that down. And so let's see. Estermonts are normally held up right over here at these islands. Lord Gunther. Not sure where Mary comes in. Let's go back to the Raiders while we await that answer. Take 19 days. And did I ever put the other fella over here? Inger. So we'll put Inger in charge because he has the Raider trait, and that'll just make it a bit quicker. So Mary Estermont accepts our marriage betrothal. That's our wife. You know, we are going to save Lord Harold the Current. Because I don't want the autosave to not work if we were to crash again. So we'll just do that. Alright, I think it's good. Just gotta be patient with this 3DS. The back is pretty much burning me right now. It's too hot to touch. We'll just probably stick to some of these Dornish lands, raid them up nice and good. We've gained a rival. Darman Upshaw. What have I done to piss in this guy's cereal? Executed extended family members, did I? Did I execute? Doesn't look like it. Is Letheon part of your family? Doesn't look like it. Well, maybe it's about the White Lights. That could be it. Move on to the next settlement to raid. It'll be a city that has 25 loot. Then we will motion them to go to the city behind it. That's 14. Queue that up. While we go check out our prisoners. I saw a few of them. Looked like they might have been decent. So we got Sir Wendell Howlett. I don't really care for you. So maybe I don't know what I was seeing. These people kind of stink. Yes, we will set our wife to manage domain. As we continue to raid Dorne. Find some hot sauce. I got some spicy food. So we took some prisoners in that siege. Very nice. I guess that was a province. I don't know why I thought that was a city. So get them into that one too, easy peasy. We'll head over to the Sept of Bright Shore. This time we got some prisoners we can ransom. We'll start doing that. Sheep stealers roaming nearby. Maybe I can send somebody to go and try and tame a sheep stealer. Let's click on the dragon, see if we can interact. I think so. Potentially go to slay the dragon. Let's keep moving to the next one. Off Lady Lane thinks she can make us declare her regent. Eat a bag of balls. House Ironwood. We'll probably go pay them a little visit next. We'll hit a couple more of these spots on the way out. Gonna ransom Juliana Mercer. We are no longer obese. Working off the weight has succeeded. We lose that moderate health penalty, and we are now a healthy crab. We are feeling fine. We're down to earth. Blood of old Valyria. We're an aspiring blade master. I might try and press this at some point. The High Lordship of Grandview. I believe that's a territory over into Stormlands. Speak up for the fellas in the back a little bit. Am I quiet? Do I need to be louder? Oops, the ransom was accepted. We'll queue that up over to go into the Stormlands. And we're fat again. God damn it. We just worked on this. Just got past it. We took some prisoners in that siege. I guess we'll just go on across the border to House Ironwood's lands. And ransoms will begin. What is with people just drinking themselves to death here? First my father, now this counselor. To do with these people. I'm not gonna get rid of the booze, but come on, man. Bedard Nightfall, that's a cool name. You can come in here, start increasing the control of Stone Dance. Let's get rid of some of these notifications. Is Inger still? Sure is. Can we offer him a knighthood? I think we'll do that. It's a 100% chance he will accept. Costs 150 prestige. But we will knight the man who has been bringing hell to Dorne. Capturing some prisoners down there. Let's go up here. No, we're not. No, we're not. No. We're gonna go this way. Go to House Ironwood's capital. We'll hit them first. Gemma Quarovera, you're getting ransomed. Trevor of Saltkeep, you're getting ransomed. That'll be 20 for the pair. Let's click out of these notifications and then let's continue. How long is this one going to take? It'll only take 18 days, not too shabby. We'll just queue this one next to him. 139 gold sitting in the raid loot. And as always, we like to check in and let's go peruse the artifacts market. Berlin brooch? No, I don't think so. Some regalia. I know we don't have any regalia. Lips mace is still here. Harlan's brooch doesn't look like anything that we really want. Oh, kind of a load of butt. So we're just gonna kind of ignore all that. Okay. I'm adjust something over here. Sometimes when I adjust stuff over on my studio, makes my game bug out. I just fixed the game sound and put a little bit. So the raid is going well. We'll go straight to Faith Town. I'm still really hoping to try and find some... So someone's plotting to kill my knight Martin. My 47-year-old knight. His health is not looking great. Again, if we just started cooking with butter here, there probably wouldn't be a lot of people that are really... Like, there wouldn't need to be all these schemes. Amelia Sand, so we could get a potential 100 gold from the Ironwoods from this raid. That is what you want to see. I just hear someone going, hey, 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 hey. That's a no-no. There's a car up there. I don't really care. But my dog thinks that's his issue now. We raided Vaith Town. We'll come on up to the city of Chicory Wine. Like barely hear what they were saying through the headphones, so I didn't know if like it almost sounded like I was in Discord but in like a device sitting on my desk or something, like it was just some random noises coming out. So Nessa Freeborn has passed away in my dungeons. She was a long time ago plotting against one of my daughters, and Lord Roland was the one to actually imprison her. She thought she'd get a fair trial, or potentially even a trial by combat. But not in the crab's lair. Not when you plot against one of the crabs. Dorcas begins her training, her heir in rewind. Dorcas begins her heir in training. So we've been invited to King Corliss's grand tournament. We attended quite a... He invited us with 9 days notice. Somebody told him he couldn't come, so he's just now inviting us. I will decline. This dude is always just a pain in our side. This run has given me an animosity to Corliss that I did not know I could have. So we raided Old Glory. Taking Lady Leah? Oh, Lady Delonne's Aunt Leah. So hopefully that means we can ransom her. We can ransom Leah Tart, grandmother to Jamie Tart. That looks like it. So ransom was accepted. We get 100 gold for that. Raid them, and we'll also come up and raid the province of Brittlebrush. We'll just hit that little city of Scorchside next. Sheep Stealer is roaming elsewhere. They're out of here. That is good. The less Sheep Stealer for me, the better. There, it looks like a pretty good opportunity to get some good gold up here. So we'll be taking that. Take that 12, and we get that 9 to 14. Take some, take it all. We'll ransom Connor Cutter. I believe we had some exchanges with House Cutter last time we were raiding in the Ironwood lands. How strong are they right now? no way they can raise it. Yeah. I was gonna say, there's no way they could raise 10,000 troops with kind of the situation they got going on now. Kind of bring the train on upstate. Oh wait, can't miss those. Those are good. 23 and 17. Cannot afford to miss those. We got bills to pay, and they have the coin. We'll ransom Amelia. Doesn't even have a last name, just Amelia. It was accepted. A measly 10 for Amelia there. Let's see if we can go on 2-speed a little bit. Speed up some of these raids. Oh, I didn't like that. It's already skipping music. We're going back to 1. It's already skipping. Right here, which I do not think are very strong. You might go and raid their capital because it looked fit for plundering with 45 gold. Let's see what they've got going on. Yeah, we might go knock on their doors. Be a little busy. This way, actually. Pause again. Let's just kind of look through our prisoners. I think we've kind of acquired quite a few. Let's see, Sir Devon Briar. He's got Lover's Box. He's gonna get ransomed. Quinlan Briar, probably ransom him here in a second. Shayna Alesis. Oh, Desio Merrill Hill, not a great fighter. Sir Wendell Hallett, his acclaim on some spots. An even worse fighter than the previous fella. Alright. Looks like people are going to be hanging out. Alright, no longer obese. And our wife is pregnant. I wonder if that's a coincidence. Working it off, alright. Do cardio in multiple ways. So we're going to continue these raids, what is probably 7 towers in the city of Barberry. Get both of them here shortly, 19 and 9. Took a few prisoners. Plus we will check them out and we will get them ransomed. Quinlan Briar, we have no use for you here. Same with you. So we'll ransom all off and put the money back to the war effort. So one of the things I was thinking about doing was getting rid of the armored horsemen, probably, and just doubling down on this spearman to station at Stone Dance. And the reason I was thinking of getting rid of the armored horsemen is just because of how much more expensive they are than everything else. When I say everything else, I mean the other men-at-arms. I believe they're one of the most expensive. They also refill one of the slowest, it seems. Oh, Lady Elena is no longer a caravan master. I assume she's probably headed off to Rosby. Her husband has probably inherited the lordship of Rosby. kind of dripped out. From Dream Dunes. House Sanders, Mother's Mercy Guide Us. That's something. Dream Dunes, I feel like that's like a Dune reference. Because Paul be dreaming in the dunes. Ransom her for 50? Oh yeah, let's check out what our sister's getting up to. She just left our court, Lady Elena Celtigar of Rosby. So yeah, it does look like... Oh, she's a murderer. Who did she murder? Oh, I thought she just died in our dungeons. Well, I guess she was murdered in our dungeons. That makes it a little harder to deny. What's Porthos, my half-brother? I could be an ally with the Kingdom of the High Town? Kingdom of Old Town? So I was saying that I wanted to try and incorporate like a red-haired strong seed into the Celtigars. But I'm not really seeing... Mainly I need House Rain. Or like House of Vickery. But I don't think they exist yet. The Tullys. Family... Okay, so I think it said our wife was acting a little strange. That our dude was hoping for her to be back to normal. And she has hurt the baby. Which is kind of a weird thing to say, I guess. Of course she's gonna be a little different fool. Oh, who is this? Garibald Driftaway with the double inherited traits. You are coming to court with me, my friend. Mr. Cyrus. Why not? I feel like she's been in prison with us before. That name sounds a little familiar. After this one, I'm gonna just hit their capital, and then we'll probably come along these ways. Hit Gaston Gray and the like. Just kind of go all the way across, hit Gaston Gray, and send them home. Farewell, young Garibald. Jeepers. Dog always barking at something. Except things that need to be barked at. What decisions do we have to us? Let's go peruse the artifacts market again. The Sanders Annals doesn't look very great. I think that's the one that's been there for a while. These are all looking a bit lackluster. I think I'll have to pass on almost all of these. When I mean almost all of these, I do mean all of these. We'll ransom Mistress Claire of the Guild Shore. This will only take 23 days to raid this province. Making some good loot off the Dornish. Getting a little lag spiked. Give it a little pause. We'll hit play. accepted. Master Tasman paid 15 to us. My spy master has come to me with a discovery. She is certain that my acquaintance Andrea is scheming against my knight Martin. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let everybody know. That name sounds familiar. Maybe we captured this one from her family or something at some point. So I'm not exactly sure where she would have came from. If not. So the siege should, or the raid should be wrapping up before too long. This will give us a nice boost. We'll definitely be able to build the duchy building in Stone Dance, and maybe I think I can actually just do it now. So how about I go ahead and queue up the domain building for Stone Dance, building the duchy here. And I think I am just going to go ahead and do... Don't want to do the crown smithies. So 15, 30% tougher. Versus some more captains and a whole nother, I say a whole nother, men-at-arms regiment. We'll do this one because we don't normally go with like a specific men-at-arms unit, so we'll go with the, which one was it? Blah. The Royal Armories. That's not it. Which one was it? I'm a fool. The Crown Smithies. To boost some spearmen. We'll ransom that Jourdain captive that we have, and we will go back down to where we are currently. We're actually not leading the raiders, where we are overseeing the raiding parties. Sir Inger the Terror. I wonder if I can actually start doing it, if I can start leading. Maybe I can get the raider to trait my... Let me go ahead and create that. Is it the pikeman? Is that going to be the best spearman that I have? Looks like it. So we'll just go ahead and buy the pikeman. The first set at least. I think after we take these raiders back home, we will like get rid of those armored horsemen we were talking about earlier. Just double check on House Ironwood, making sure they're not going to have enough military strength to take our well-earned loot back. This should take a while. I think that'll take like 4 years. Is that 6? Yeah, 6 years. It'll be done in 122 AC. It's currently 116. We've been going for 34 years. We know nothing but raiding. Dorcas is going to take over for now, our heir. So we're currently leading the raiding parties down here. We'll hit this city, then we'll move on to this province of Sword Crown. Jourdain lag skip. My cousin Arondo. Okay. What is he doing? I don't know who this is. Maybe that was the house that we were allied with in the very beginning that had like 800 levies that they would send us in the random wars. Which we appreciate it. I'm not going to be going to war to save this random cousin. Do not think so. So we raided the city of Stedding. Then we will queue them them to come up here and raid these. I'm going to skip this little province of 4. We'll come on up, hit this one of 34. Afterwards, I will probably send them home. We just got on the south side of 10,000. There doesn't seem to be too much more down here in Ironwood lands. Maybe I could hit this, the city of Dunbowl. That's only 14. I think we'll just hit the 34 and send them on home. So some prisoners have been taken into siege. That's queued. Okay, so I think that is already queued. So we took Operate Gale Sand. Poor lad. We will accept that ransom. Someone in my prisoners, or someone in my dungeons, has also passed away, unfortunately for them, but I guess that does just open up new spots. Yeah, we'll go to Gaston Gray after this. Always got to pay our friends over there a little visit. 525 gold? Ooh-wee. Well, that'll be a pretty penny. If we had the High Lordship of Duskendale, we could build the Duchy building there, but we do not have the High Lordship. Our liege does not allow us to declare wars without a hook. So it wouldn't be the worst idea to try and get a hook on King Corlys. Oh no! So my wife, Lady Mary Estermont, has passed away giving birth, and my daughter has been born stillborn. That is terrible. That might even be the mother's wrath for the mother. That's funny. What have I done to deserve this? It was probably the murder of your previous wife. That was probably what you've done to deserve this. But that is unfortunate. Oh? But this isn't. We're gonna marry this Rosby lady. Princess Dosana. Not Rosby. One of her husbands was a Rosby. Lord Quentin the Craven. But she is of House Rain. So we will add her. Excellent, excellent. And we can unlock a new diplomacy lifestyle perk. I think I'm going to go with the Distinguished Guard. I feel like that's going to be the one that's going to help me out the most. You can ransom Jarwin Nightfall, very cool name. Just gonna keep on raiding Gaston Gray. Is there anywhere up here in... I know the swans were a bit weak before. What's their raid loot looking like? 21. Potentially. That shit-ass Septon's still working on that? He sure is. He's as slow as ever. This should be wrapping up very shortly. The rate of Gaston Gray. Probably just have them leave. Captured Lord Jamin Septon, or Lord Jarman Scepter. Someone's kicked it in our dungeons. Menace. Up here and select where we want to drop the lads off. Drop the loot off. I think it's time to bring all this glorious loot home. Bring it back to the province of Stone Dance, increasing the control there. I don't think, like, it'd be kind of cool if, like, dropping loot off in specific, like, areas you owned would increase the development a little bit, or maybe you get more taxes, you get like a little economy boost, even though it really wouldn't make sense because they're not getting loot. I am the Lord. That means I get the loot. How long have we been going? 35 years, not too shabby, surviving 35 years. As the crabs. That Dorcas is swinging the scales towards her. So these guys should be sailing on up, making their way through the narrow sea, where we eagerly await their arrival back home. But I do think when they get home, that'll probably do it for this stream. I'm just gonna wrap it up here. It has been decent. Only one crash today. Or on this one. We crashed this morning after a little bit. That was a really short one. But only one crash, you know, that's decent. It's probably gearing up to do another crash before too long. But here the troops have arrived. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for tuning on in. We'll be back next time, and I think next time we'll probably push some claims with this Lord Harold. Maybe we'll host a hunt or something, or a pilgrimage perhaps. Maybe we'll start off with like a pilgrimage. 10 sellers died in our dungeons, oh no. Somebody's got to feed the dungeons. But like I said, thank you very much for tuning in, and have a good evening.